men name.
Yeah. I fight for men.
As you should.
I am not a feminist. I am a manimist.
I'm only a part-time feminist.
Yeah,
you know,
thanks.
different episode. Fuck them.
I told y'all Q is a chameleon.
I love that shit.
He's gonna act like whoever he's around.
But so let's I see the smoke you're trying to do. But so let's see what y'all think about one thing she said about men having tender egos. We didn't really get into that with the last episode. So what do y'all think? Do men have tender egos, or what is your thoughts?
I think it's important for men to have big egos, right? If you don't have a huge ego, if you don't really believe that you are number one, I think I'm better than every man in the goddamn world.
You're supposed to.
And I can't be with around another nigga that.
Yeah, because now I gotta turn myself down. Because now I feel like I'm offending you.
Yeah,
because you ain't got the. No, you're supposed to think you that nigga.
You feel me?
You feel me?
And so I think that when women see they have a tender egos, they're literally psychologically bred from the time they was born to be able to pick apart a man's ego.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
So.
Well, it's a fact to me.
I think that is a fact.
That's a wolf fact.
Sigmund Freud.
He didn't put a psychologist out this motherfucker. The nigga who invented psychology.
Biogenetically engineered to be able to do this.
Well, because they wouldn't survive if they couldn't.
No, that's
imagine, you know what I'm saying? Imagine when there was kings and shit. You know what I'm saying? They literally would not survive if they could not deal and finagle their ego. Now, what it's turned into today is this a way for them to get things that they want.
Exactly.
So then they know how to press those buttons to make us tender.
I feel like they lost that. I feel like, to your point, in those times, I feel like women understood how to play the damsel in distress to get what they want. Like if I play like I don't get it, he's gonna, cause it feeds our ego.
Yeah.
I feel like these women are just straight out to destroy our egos. Like y'all don't need it. Get rid of it.
Government, man.
You know what I mean? They tender, but it's like they not. Like it's one thing to have a big ego and know how to tame your ego. Cause I don't feel like we should be having like it's something having a weak ego. You know what I mean? Where it's just like. You know, you could interchange the words. Let's just say a big ego versus an ego that's just like, it's fragile, a fragile ego. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference. Like, yes, I take pride in being this type of man and I want to be great. And then because at the end of the day, without it, you'll lack the self-confidence. Now, we have a fragile ego. You need the external validation to feel like a man. Yeah. And I feel like that's the difference that they don't dissect. It's like, I don't need your external validation. I just think within, this is a me thing. This ego
are you trying to tear me down?
You know, and I literally say this straight to my guy. I'd be like, listen, like, you know, I'm big on feeling like whatever. I could do whatever the fuck I say I want to do.
Facts.
And you can too. So like, I don't give a fuck what they on. Like, that's cool for them, but I'm more so internally focused on what we trying to do. And I'm not saying that she just always presenting what they on, but it's just like, that's just how I approach it. Like, listen, you have to see, if I say I'm building a production company and I tell you it's going to be the biggest production company around, you need to see from that perspective, not from the perspective of, or it will help for you to see from that perspective, not from the perspective of where we not at yet. And I feel like that's where the ego coming at. But if a nigga didn't have that sense of confidence, and it was, I'm talking about like a tamed ego where you know how to turn it on and off, you know what I mean? Then a motherfucker would just feel like whatever the world says is what goes.
Yeah. And I actually, you know what I'm saying? Because I think this is important for men too. Like, you might go through a time where that ego gets turned down and you never want to been through that. Because I've been through that. You know what I'm saying? Where like you start questioning yourself and
talk about it.
You start not feeling like you are that motherfucking nigga.
Talk about it.
And
what was those times for you?
I could be honest, man. It was I can say it. In the last 6 months, it was maybe like a 2-month period where I was not myself. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that dog no more. I wouldn't even say it was like I got comfortable.
No, I get it.
It wasn't that I got comfortable. It was just that sometimes when you're around so much, you be like, fuck, how the fuck am I going to do this? But that's the wrong question to ask is, why haven't I done it yet? And what things do I have to do to get to it?
What it's going to take.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and to your point, I went through that. So when I wrote my first book, Cheating is Not Cheating, see, it's so crazy because I felt like...
Well, first of all, talk about.
Damn.
I love that title.
Oh, you love it? Cheating is Not Cheating. We can unpack. But, so when I was riding the success of that, you know, the book is everywhere. They talking about the Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, E-News, like this little different shit is happening. You follow what I'm saying? And it's like, I started to be the success of the book, and I was losing sight of all the hustle and grind I put in to be the person I am. So I started to ride on, oh shit, if I post this and it ain't going crazy, then that mean I'm declining type shit.
Facts.
And then the worst thing I could have did in that time frame and that mindset was move to Atlanta, because now you're around shit and you don't know what's real. Like on your timeline, everything looks so put together, but then when you go there, everything is really put together.
Atlanta's not a real place.
It's not a real place. And when people say that, I know it became a trend to say, but it's like, nah, bro, you could really walk in the motherfucking brunch spot to get breakfast. I was trying to get pancakes. Why is it a fucking table dance here? Or why is it hookah? Or why is it? And then on top of that, you'll realize that why is it cameras here? So this isn't even a real scene. This is Love and Hip Hop.
Facts, yeah.
What the fuck? So then when you get around that, and then you don't know who really got motion. See, in Philly, and you're from Carolina, so I'm pretty sure it's like the people that got it going on, even if you were just that nigga in football or basketball, you kind of knew who the men was who had it going on. You knew who the women was that had it going on. When you go out there, it's like everybody look like they got it going on. So you don't know who. And then sometimes you know what your reality could be looking like. You could be like, damn, like I ain't figured this shit out yet, but it looked like everybody else did. So it could make you kind of question if you on the right path and all types of shit like that. And you start questioning yourself. So it's never like a thing where it's like, oh, I'm worried about other people, but it's more so a thing where you start to evaluate like, damn, am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
And it took for me what gave me my shit back, and I want to know, if you ever went through it and what, put you back in that space. Honestly, because even when I was like fucking with certain girls and shit, it wasn't and it was just like I had to go on a whole 90-day fast and no nothing. I'm talking about no sex.
That's rough.
No masturbation, no alcohol, no liquor, no clubbing. I was like, what the fuck do I do? Like this is everything I did. But in that time frame, I did meet my girl. You feel me? And I feel like one thing that I don't give her enough credit for is unintentionally, I feel like she did boost my confidence, because women try to stroke my ego. I'm not easily manipulated. Like I'm like a very strong-minded man. If I what you're talking about, I do what I want. I'm who I am, whatever. But and women like that shit. That's just what it is. But the fact of the matter is, when she came around, it was little shit. Like I had just moved into my apartment, right? And I just cook and shit. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I don't know if she was just stroking my ego or whatever, but it built my confidence.
Yeah, that shit was trash.
No, because I really got a hand. Do I got a hand? No, like I really got. What you gonna say? That? She gonna bash you in public? No, but hold to my defense, right? Like even the kids be asking me to cook, and kids don't lie.
That's a fact.
So
that's
yeah.
Okay.
My steak, my Chinese.
He
food.
might be him, then the kids saying.
No, I'm saying like the kids be there. So, but my girl is the cook, but like my hand. So, but I always was told I could cook. Like even my mom told me when I was younger and all that, because she taught me how to survive. Like I'm gonna teach you how to wash your clothes, teach you how to do this. So I already did all that before my girl came around. So like I would just cook little stuff, even if it was just something as simple as burgers and fries. But just that little bit of like, damn, this shit tastes so good. She don't know that I'm over there like, oh shit, I'm happy as fuck. So that type of shit just was like them little subtle advances is what made me start to be confident. Like, oh, well, I can cook. So now I'm trying shit. I'm about to make Chinese food. I'm about to make this. I'm about to make that. And then when I started to hear it from other people, it was just like something I already kind of knew, even though I felt like it was good. But just her coming around at a time where I felt like I just really couldn't read. Women, just the mindset was cooked. I get
how that goes.
You know what I mean? Like it just was like you feel me? I'm fucking with chicks, but it's like they ain't really providing nothing. It's just like whatever.
Just a body.
Yeah, it's like you feel me? And I'm not now. That's why I didn't never make none of my girls. People are like, oh, you wrote all these relationship books while you single, because they are not fit in the they not, you know what I mean? They not and like, you know what I'm saying? That's what we say.
Yeah, which is one thing I had to distree with you on. But we'll get to that later. All right, make sure I remember.
I'm gonna pass
the more
it to
good
you.
women, the more good women
cool.
shit.
Yeah.
Make sure we'll get back on that. That's
I get the
But these bitches is trash out here.
Nigga said, besides my woman,
you feel me?
the women out here. No, but all in all though, no. So I'll say that. So that shit natural. And if you a man out there and you going through that, you know what I mean? Like my fast really helped me because I got in tune with who I was again. I knew who I was. I was always self-sure. I was the young nigga like that was ahead of the people.
Yeah.
They followed me because I knew where I was going. But when I went through that time frame, for whatever reason, 2020, the era was just different. Everybody making money. That's what it was too,
Pandemic.
though. Everybody had money. So I'm like, before you knew who the hustlers was, because you had to work your ass off.
Facts.
Now it was like everybody got this, everybody got that. And it's like I don't even know who no more. So now it's just confusing. So now women are thinking, well, I gotta wait on you, and
this motherfucker just got the PPP.
And it's like, motherfucker, now it's like, fuck, they didn't cut the margin. You know what I'm saying? They closing the gap.
Hating on niggas getting the PPP money.
No, because I was actually, well, I can't say that. But
relax.
Allegedly. Straight for the record. Never received nothing. I Which I was lucky enough and smart enough.
That's why my ego shrunk. I ain't getting nothing out of it.
That's why I was mad. But all in all, though, I feel like in a nutshell, just to kind of land a plane, I feel like that time frame was a huge shift because it did make it cloudy. I didn't understand because the women, everybody was just different. It was just like everything within that time frame was just like a fucking simulation period. So when I got up out of it, I came back up from the A. I had to go back to my mom's. So I'm in there. I'm 29 at the time. I'm like, damn, I got all this success going on. People perceive me. And I don't give a fuck about people's perception, but I'm just being real with myself.
Makes it harder, though.
Yeah, I'm just like, fuck. Like, I'm expected to be on this type of time, da-da-da. And it made it challenging for me to date because I'm like, I ain't bringing no chick to my mom's crib. Like, I've had my own crib since I was 18. Like, shit felt like a right bottom. You feel me? I'm like, damn, like, I could, if I would have stayed in the A, I had an event space, I had a little chauffeur service, I had businesses going out there, but I had to come back with my children. So I'm like, fuck, I got to sacrifice. I had to stay down. But then I was like, so what makes me feel insecure? Because I'm like, all these little, let me just use the term, high value women, they throwing themselves. Like, they got this, they got that. And I feel like I always say the million is in your hustle. Right? Yeah. So it'll get to the account after the hustle first. So I always feel like I'm $1 million nigga, so I don't care about that. I never really feel, but I'm like, even so, I'm like, I ain't bringing this chick to my mom's crib, right? So for me, it even took a lot for me to bring my girl to my mom's crib that one time, but I felt like I had intentions with her. So I'm like, man, I'm about to see how she act with this shit. Fuck it.
Facts,
I'm gonna show her what the fuck I got going on. You know what I mean? But in a nutshell, it was like, dealing with that, and I felt like, all right, I'm only insecure because I feel like I don't got the spot I want. It wasn't really the money because I actually had more money at the time because I wasn't paying shit. Like, it ain't really the finances. It's like
it's you.
It's me. It's like, you feel me? That's what I said. But I gotta get a hotel. I gotta do something. I'm like, I'm going all on my way to date, like, cause I'm embarrassed about just being at my mom's. I'm gonna just stay down, take the fuck up out of the joint, and I'll wait. So I felt like if you in that position, just kind of identify where does the insecurity come from, and then eradicate that shit.
That's what I had to do. And I realized for me, right, and this shit might be weird because I had never been through this. Like for me, it was feeling like, all right, so I had a couple endeavors and shit I was trying, doing things. This is before, you know what I'm saying, like the grant shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just production going on. But for me, it was like, I got a woman I really love, and I feel like I'm not doing enough. Even though she's not saying, she's not saying I'm not doing enough. A woman with
a good presence would do that to you.
Yeah.
Motivate the fuck out of you.
It puts a mirror to your face, and it's like, all right, this last shit I failed. I just tried to make this course, and I sold fucking 2. You know what I'm saying? But I spent all this bread on doing this shit.
She bought one of them, like, out of support.
You know what I'm saying? Under a fake email.
She did it from her spam account.
But it was like, yo, like, how do I don't have time to lose? And for me, I always been that guy that I don't give a fuck. I'm jumping off the bridge. Yeah. I'm going to figure out a way to land while I'm falling.
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where my superpower comes in at. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about failing. I never have. Yeah. But then for like a split second, I got starting getting scared to fail. That shit fucked me up. And I had to realize my insecurity came from me personally. Nigga, I can't lose what I got. But being scared to fail, not being myself, being the person that got me the shit that I got.
Was going to make you lose?
End up losing everything.
Facts.
So, yeah, I had to get over that shit. I had to look myself in the mirror, take some time alone, you know what I'm saying, and really get over that shit. Like, nigga, you that motherfucking nigga.
Yeah. You gotta know that.
And then, like you said, too, I'm sorry, I didn't even cut you off. What makes it hard?
He can talk 3 times the episode. We good.
He
used 2 of them. He gonna hold on to that.
What fucked me up too is what you were saying, and I'm curious if you went through it too. Is while you going through that, nobody else sees it.
Oh, that's a fact.
Everybody from back home texting me, "Yo, my nigga, you doing your thing, bro? You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro." You know what I'm saying? You the best nigga out of here, bro. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, my dad calling you.
Nigga ain't called you,
hey, man. Hey, man.
I'm so proud you, my son.
I see you in that suit, man. Nigga said you hamming it up. I didn't even know what the fuck that shit meant.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah. But it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, so how people are treating me and how people viewed me in the perception, and you can give a fuck about that. But it didn't match who I was viewing myself at the time. And I had to get that shit right too.
No, that makes sense.
Because it's like, you know, the people I love the most, they see me as this great nigga. Why am I now questioning myself?
No, that's a fact.
Yeah.
And I think that's just because we get caught up sometimes on what we see. Like, say, let's use our bank account. Yeah. You get caught up what you see in your bank account, forget who you are.
Exactly.
And your person. But it's like your bank account not a reflection of you.
No.
Now let me say it, because in some ways it is, but not because some people like, no, nigga, it is. In some ways it is.
Maybe an extension.
Huh?
Maybe an extension.
Definitely
it's an extension. Yeah. It's an extension. All right, but not really a reflection. Yeah. Because like some people could be high in ambition, but they just didn't find that thing yet. Yeah. So it's like, and it's like, that don't mean you're not an ambitious person. That don't mean you lazy because you didn't get that click. And then I feel like at the same time, it's like, as men, our path to it, because we've kind of fueled from purpose first, it's not really always the money that drive us. So it'd be like when you find that, it's like not too many people. Let me refrain from saying that because that's wrong. If you're lucky if you're able to find something you love and succeed at a high ass level.
Nah, you was right. Not too many people.
Yeah, but I didn't want to say that because I want to take away the hope. That's how I reflect. But it's
no.
But it's like if you look at like LeBron has loved basketball since he was probably 3 months.
Yeah.
I think it's on record that he was 3 months when he first dunked the basketball.
It's on record?
No, it's on record. Yeah, Q told me. But
Facts.
yeah, he's like one of his documentaries.
Documentary.
He's Docor. But all in all though, so it's like LeBron was fortunate enough to figure out his purpose early on in life.
Yeah.
And he literally, of course, he had to avoid all of the things that could have been adverse in his life, which makes him, a phenomenal person to be able to do, coming up in a black community and all of that, and not having sex with all these different girls. You LeBron James, you get one woman, you do that. But at the same time,
Allegedly.
it's like, you say what?
Allegedly.
I mean, of course, but don't you smut my man name?
Exactly.
Nah,
Absolutely.
You have no facts to say anything.
Absolutely.
Because he's a fucking married man.
Shawn said it.
But you catch some collateral right now. But I say that to say it's like, so when you able to find that and it's something that pays you a lot of fucking money, you know what I mean? So it's like you probably love that production shit, but you like, but this ain't my, like, I love this shit, but it's like, I don't come in here, like, your fiance is like, yo, what's your goal? And I'm like, it's just to become a big billboard. Like, I want this TV to sell for a lot of money. I want somebody to want to put their logo right there for the entire episode. And that's my goal here. But other than that, I just enjoy this shit. We just having fun. But it's like, if this shit was like, if you get to a point where you can be generating millions of dollars from some shit, that's the goal. But other than that, man, it's just like, we just got to remember that who we are is who we are. And women know that.
No, they respond to. I never had to have money to get women.
No, but we.
Real talk. There's real shit.
But I believe you can't.
She just had to have money.
I'm sorry.
She was in an arranged marriage. Not my fault. I took
Africa.
much.
Yeah. You're not African though.
Exactly. So
but his
that's
wife,
why they don't fuck with me. They had a shipper here on a cargo ship, and like
you didn't pay for
that. I had to pay for it.
Yeah.
No, cause I never had.
No, he got the check. He got paid.
I was about to say, what about the dowry?
The diary?
Dowry.
This nigga really got into the technical stuff. Nigga, we don't know what the fuck you talking about.
He did it. He saw a documentary too.
That nigga was looking up the passport bros. He know a thing or two.
You did at least 4 cows, bro.
Nigga said, how much did you get from that transaction? Is you on residual or was it one-time fee? He knew, like
Klarna.
I'm gonna give you the out of the day.
Nigga said his engagement is on Klarna. It's crazy.
Before I pivot though, I will say, I never had those issues at all. I'm not like these niggas. I'm perfect and perfectly assembled and modified in my brain. So I never had those issues.
Yo,
with ego,
to your point, right? I'm gonna keep it a being. I had to really because look, especially when I was younger. This is why I was talking about the whole good-looking women versus men with money. So like, all right, even though we just take when we was young boys and it was like a trend to be like light-skinned and shit, or even if you just good and athletic and like I felt like they had more opportunities thrown at them to get women. I really had to learn how to get women.
Nah, me too.
But I never had to pay. It was never. Once I realized that women like smart men, they're just like, oh, I gotta be. I'm smart. Like that was like net.
See, for me, for us
a lot
down
of
there,
dumb niggas get bitches.
That's true.
You said no. You said I ain't say. Oh wait, come on, because
they like. Well, guys, they like smart.
No, I'm saying. All right, let me just say this to add context. I'm saying that once I realized that I didn't have to be anybody but myself to get a woman, and the women that like me was going to be attracted to me. Because it's like some women like just like money, some women just like this, some women they got their preference. But once I realized that I didn't have to change anything about me. Money was never the top because it's like I'm just gonna lead with who I am, and if you like me, you'll realize that I can do all of that stuff too.
Nah, that makes sense. And then I guess for us down there, nobody really had money. Nobody was rich.
Where we all at?
So you just had to be the best nigga in whatever sector you were, whether you was basketball, talking, the toughest dude.
Yeah,
whatever sector.
That was
you
my
in.
joint up until like 13.
Yeah,
I had to be the tough guy.
Nah, facts.
I was kicking ass. I'm like, I got all my girlfriends from being that.
I want all the girls to see this.
No, they would testify to that. They were like, that nigga was tough.